You have been lied to about reality. A lot of people think that manifestation is just doing more techniques, more affirmations, having the perfect vision board. The truth is, manifestation is not about what you do, it's about who you are that's actually translating. You might think that reality is something outside of you, it's something out there, and it's something that's happening to you. But all the ancient and spiritual texts actually tell us that reality is a mirror of who we are, of your self-concept, of your beliefs, of your frequency. It's a reflection of your assumptions and what you believe about the world and yourself in relation to it. So think of it as consciousness being the cause and your external world being the effect. Neville calls this the mirror of consciousness, and the Kabbalion calls this the principle of mentalism, meaning all is the mind. And actually in quantum physics, this is called the observer effect. Basically, where matter literally changes to the expectations of the observer. So essentially the way that you're actually looking at reality, it's bending based on your expectations and your beliefs about how these things unfold or relate to you. And that's the thing. Mastering reality and creating your dream life is actually so simple, but people really overcomplicate the process. Everything outside of you is only responding to the dominant state of consciousness that's within you. And it's actually quite funny because a lot of people try to change the mirror without changing themselves first. If you were out at dinner with your friends and you went to the bathroom and you saw this girl literally screaming, crying, throwing a fit at the mirror because her hair didn't look the way that she wanted, she's sitting there yelling at the mirror saying, "I can't believe you let me walk out of the house like this. I can't believe I look like this. I told you I wanted straight hair and this is crimpy." You would look at her like she was completely insane, because in order for her hair to change, she has to be the one to physically change it. That's exactly how the universe looks at you when you're blaming it for all of your problems. The universe is only giving you exactly what you're giving out. So if you don't like the output, then you really need to assess the input. Who are you being? Who are you when nobody's looking? Do you hold yourself accountable for actually showing up as the person that you know you need to in order to attract the life that you want? Are you keeping the daily promises to yourself? What are the conversations that you're having with yourself, but also other people as well? But you came here because you want to simplify the law of assumption. But the thing is, you are already proof, your life is already proof that the law of assumption is working. Manifestation isn't a trying process. You don't have to try to manifest because you're always manifesting in every given moment. The only question would be, are you doing it consciously? And by the looks of it, if you clicked on this video, then probably not. Every single assumption that you hold is inevitably playing out in your life as we speak. If you assume that people will betray you, you'll always run into situations where you somehow are feeling betrayed. If you assume that money is hard to make, you might struggle keeping a job, you might be stuck at the same salary cap. I know for a fact that you're blocking opportunities that would be magnetized to you. The same thing goes for the positive. If you assume that you're worthy of everything that you desire, then your reality is going to match that. The universe doesn't care if your assumption is good or bad. It has one objective, and that's to deliver exactly what you gave it. It's creating your entire reality based on these assumptions that you have about it, these assumptions that you have about people, these assumptions that you have about establishments. All of the beliefs and the assumptions that you do persist in inevitably harden into fact. It's so ironic when people do this too, because it's like women do this all the time, especially when it comes to relationships, and they hyperfixate on what is my partner doing, who are they hanging out with, and all these different things. And then the moment that they don't get something that they desire, then they automatically think the worst. They're persisting in an assumption, because an assumption is actually not a belief or a fact. It's something that you're assuming, so it's realistically something that you're claiming. An assumption is something that you're claiming. So if you're saying, "No, I'm just assuming that he's talking to other girls," what exactly do you think is going to play out into your reality? Even if you're hopeful, which we'll get into on a whole different video, where hope is actually hurting your manifestation, you have a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're going to keep speaking these things into existence because you don't understand your assumptions harden into fact. Your assumptions also stem from your core beliefs. So realistically, if your automatic thought or assumption regarding a situation is not in favor of what you want, you can tell that you have a scarcity mindset and that you are programmed for lack. And not even only that, but your nervous system is dysregulated. You feel anxiety, depression, and disharmony within your own body, which is why you can't actually trust yourself. There's so many women out there that want love so badly but believe that it's hard to come by, making it harder for them to actually experience the love that they desire so much. There's some people that crave success and notoriety for what it is that they're passionate about, but they have these limitations that they have to abide by these societal rules of what they should or should not be doing. Or they think it's a 1 in a million chance for them to be the generational curse breakers. Your subconscious mind doesn't respond to what you want, it just responds to what you believe in. Okay, so let's give an example of how powerful the law of assumption is. Neville Goddard told a story of a woman who desperately wanted a promotion. She would visualize, she would work super hard, she would do all her affirmations, but nothing was changing for her. Then one day she stopped and she thought, like, I'm done trying to get this promotion. Like, how would I be acting if I already had it? What would my life look like if I already had this thing that I'm obsessing and desperately wanting so badly? She would think things like, how do I talk? How do I walk? How do I act? What are things that I engage in? What are things that make me happy? She assumed that this reality was already done for her, and then within the week, her boss actually came to her out of nowhere, should I add, and gave her the promotion that she was manifesting. And this is the real work of manifestation. If you're looking at your external reality for proof of what you're currently manifesting, you've already lost the game, because your external reality is the effect, it's not the cause. The cause is your identity, it's your self-concept, it's who you are being. You persist in this new version of yourself once you've gotten clear on who it is that you need to be, what the things are that you need to do in order to show up as your best self, and then you embody that fully. And if you do this consistently and you persist, your reality has absolutely no choice but to match it. It has no choice but to match it. And I'm saying this with so much conviction because so many of you have doubt that you click on videos like this and then you'll binge other videos to get the faith and the confidence that you need in order to believe that reality is rigged in your favor. And this is the thing, I'm going to tell you this all the time. Reality is rigged in your favor. This is the only video that you need to watch to understand that reality is rigged in your favor. If you let it be, your outer world has no choice but to conform to your inner world. Since we're talking about the law of assumption, you also should know that SATS goes hand in hand with the law of assumption, which is state akin to sleep. This is one of Neville Goddard's manifestation techniques, and it's proven to be one of the most powerful ones in manifestation, period. I mean, all techniques anyways, the power is just given to them based on the person's belief system. So one technique may work for someone and then one may work for someone else, and it's really not the technique that's manifesting, it's your belief in the technique that's manifesting, but ultimately it's just to get you into a state of being, of already having. So SATS essentially is right before you go to sleep. Your subconscious mind is the most permeable, right when you go to sleep and right when you're waking up. So the first 15 minutes as you wake up and the last 15 minutes before you go to bed are the most permeable for your subconscious mind to accept things as fact with little to no resistance from your conscious mind. So right before you go to sleep, you're going to close your eyes and get yourself into a really relaxed state. Then you're going to visualize as if your desire had already happened. So what is something that comes naturally to you? If you're manifesting a relationship, do they come with a big bouquet of flowers and knock on your door? Is that the scene that you're visualizing? If you're manifesting success, what is it that you hear? How are people speaking about you in these big rooms? Maybe you're a guest speaker, maybe you're doing a webinar, maybe you see the money flowing into your bank account. Whatever the scene is that you choose based on the desire that you have, visualize that in your mind. One tip I do have for this is to make it as natural as possible. You want it to be easy for your subconscious mind to accept this as a fact. If it's something too out of the ordinary, then you will run into resistance because your subconscious mind is like, what? Like, who wrote this? And essentially it wants to revert back to what it knows. So after you have the scene in your head about what's happening, you start to cultivate the feeling of what it feels like to have that desire now. So if it's money, is it freedom? Once you have $500,000 in your bank account, like, do you feel abundant? Do you feel loved and provided for? Like, what are the feelings that you have? That way you can get clear on those and you can start cultivating those now. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's true and false. So you thinking the visualization, one, makes your brain think it's happening in the present moment, and two, adding the feeling sector to it makes your body feel it as if it's real now. And because you do this 15 minutes before you're going to sleep, you will fall asleep in the wish fulfilled, because essentially that scene is your desired reality. It's just a section from it. So you having impressed that on your subconscious mind as you're going to sleep, that's going to magnify the vibrational signature of that to you, making it able to actually appear in reality. And I guarantee you, if you do this for 7 days in a row, 7 nights, you will start to see changes. You'll start to either see signs. You might have your manifestation by then. You will have evidence of your reality shifting in your favor, though. I can almost guarantee that. The final step is detachment, because the wish fulfilled, you're not chasing anything. It's already done. There's nothing to be attached to. It's already done. And truly, there's nothing to be attached to, because when you realize that you are the creator of your own life, that you literally manifest all of the most perfect experiences to you, that reality is rigged in your favor, you stop trying to control how things actually unfold. And I actually thought about this today because I was, I'm always reflecting and I always have these downloads. And I was just in meditation. I was just like, oh my goodness, giving so much gratitude that what I wanted, what I thought I wanted, didn't work out. Because here's the thing. For one, if something didn't work out, it's only because I no longer actually wanted that thing. I manifest everything. Like people think I'm a witch. As time goes on and some of the things were just like, whatever, I don't want it anymore. Like, I really get to reflect and give gratitude for the fact that I had some room for improvement in my self-concept as to why I did want certain things, as to why I wasn't thinking big enough. And it truly makes me feel so much more empowered, because I'm like, oh my goodness, like I almost forgot like my true nature. Like I almost forgot like who I am. And that is a detriment to the world. That is a detriment to me. And to play small and to settle for things that are so below me. Like, you have to wake up and you have to start choosing the life that you desire for yourself. Nobody is going to come and save you. Nobody is going to come and save you. I don't know how many times I have to say nobody, because nobody can save you. Your parents can't save you. Your professors can't save you. Your coaches cannot save you. You're the only person that can save yourself. Once you save yourself, you don't have to constantly live in survival mode. You have the keys. Start with the simple things first. Start assuming things are actually working in your favor. Even if it seems more realistic for you to believe in lack, even if it feels more realistic for you to believe in fear, start with the little things first. Start just assuming, no, everything is working out for me. What if it is working out for me? What if I do get exactly what I want? What if I'm way overqualified? Start using this to build momentum so that you can actually create a domino effect of positivity and blessings into your life. Desperation kills your manifestations almost instantaneously. If you're provided for and the universe is rigged in your favor, then what are you desperate for? If you're the creator, then what are you scared of? If you order a package from Amazon and it says it's coming overnight between 4 and 8 a.m., then why do you keep refreshing to see if it's arrived yet? You know when it's coming. You get to go do anything else and know that the universe is providing for you. Once you press order on that Amazon order, it's basically already on the way. So do the same thing with your manifestation. I sometimes just make a game out of it. Like, even if I'm scripting, I'm like, okay, order and send. And I'm just waiting for it to arrive, and I'm so excited for how it's going to come. What box? Is the packaging going to be cute? And then you have that anticipation feeling, and that makes everything fun and life so much more magical. And I'm a firm believer in romanticizing your life, so I think it just makes it so much easier to trust in your manifestations and to trust in yourself, because it's really about the journey and not about the manifestation, but no one ever wants to hear that. Stop chasing, stop worrying, and start being, start knowing. It might not come in the time that you think it is. The only way that you won't get something at all is if you stop wanting it. Everything is yours for the taking, or creating, I should say, or attracting even more. Like, law of assumption isn't a game, it isn't a trick, it isn't a get rich quick scheme. It's the fundamental law of the universe. And if you use it in your favor, trust me, you won't be disappointed. And people will start to think you're a witch too. You're always creating. So the question is, are you doing it on purpose, or are you falling into societal programming? The moment that you stop waiting, that you stop doubting, that you finally step into the version of you that has everything, that's the moment that everything shifts. And it's so backwards. It's so annoying. But guess what? It's so up to you to create the life that you want. You have the keys, you have the tools, it's just a matter of if you're actually going to use them or not. Alignment always wins, my loves, trust me. Well, I intend that this video finds a person that needed help manifesting and just needed a little bit of a confidence boost and understanding of how they actually are the creator of their own life. You're already a little successful CEO. You want free alignment tips every single day and some rituals and stuff to do to enhance your manifestations, then you can join our email list, which will be in the description below. If you join the email list, you'll also automatically be subscribed to the wait list for the sanctuary, which is your A to Z blueprint for being able to manifest every single thing that you want in life. Essentially, if you're just on YouTube looking at videos, like this is a lot more structured and it just tells you the ins and the outs, the things that you may know and the things you may not know about manifestation, about spirituality, to truly bridge the gap between where you are now and where you desire to be. So if that's something you're interested in, that'll be in the description below as well. And I'm sending all of my love and my energy to you because you're going to manifest every single thing that you want this year.